What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a second upload of the day from myself today. And it's a bit of a surprise one. I didn't expect to be doing this, but I got very lucky in a pack earlier on today and wanted to bring you this video as soon as physically possible. Now, I have football on a Wednesday night, which I'll be going to in sort of 10-15 minutes ish, so I'm recording this now. I'll get back from football, edit it, and it should hopefully be hitting you at about 10:30 ish, I'm guessing. So sorry about it being a late upload, but if you can see it from my point of view, I want to get it out to you as quickly as physically possible, because obviously there'll be no other Axel Witsel reviews out at the time, or very few at least, compared to when they usually will be on a Friday. So, you like I say, I got very lucky. I actually packed him within about 5 minutes of him coming out, and what an absolute fucking monster he is, lads. He's an absolute beast. His price bands are between 20 to 35k, which is an absolute steal, and I'm very much willing to guess, I've not looked at it, but there'll be none on the market yet. I knew there wouldn't be because of his price. But basically, I used him in this very cheap English Premier League / Belgian team. So there's all Belgians in there from the Premier League and a bit of a mixture in there of just Premier League players. Tried some new people that I've not really used before, like Kulka, Ospina, Fellaini I've not even used before, believe it or not, either, but or Benteke. But I thought I'd chuck him in there in my favourite formation in the game at the moment, which is the 4-4-2 CDM one. He is coming out as stock as a CDM, so I thought I'd try him there and see how he did. And oh my god, lads, he's an absolute beast. As you might have saw when I flashed it up, just in the 3 games he got 5 goals and 2 assists, which is absolutely unreal. He's 6'1", medium work rates, a 3-star weak foot with a 4-star move skill set. And all I can say is, he just reminds me of when I play against Ruud Gullit. He's a centre mid that can do absolutely everything. He can pass, he can shoot, he can tackle, he's powerful, he's got the 4-star skill moves, and he's so cheap compared to Gullit, obviously in comparison, because Gullit goes for millions and millions and millions. But that's all I could think when I was using him, lads. Just personally, disclaimer, I've never used Ruud Gullit. So if you want to say, you know, how can you say that he's like the cheap Ruud Gullit when you've never used him? I'm going off the fact that I've played against Gullit 5, 6, 7 times this year on FIFA, and he just reminded me of when I played against him in the fact that he can use the skill moves in the middle. He's just powerful. He could play anywhere on the pitch, and we'll talk a bit more about his individual stats now. You can see some of his physicals and everything. He's got loads and loads of greens all across the board. His strength, his passing, all that kind of stuff is fantastic. His positioning, all fantastic. And if you look at his base card stats, he's got 72 pace, 85 dribbling, 76 defending, 83 physical, 75 shooting and 8 passing. And like I say, he could play absolutely anywhere on the pitch and do a good job. He played at CDM for me, like I say, because that was his stock position and I wanted him to play there. We'll start showing some highlights of the stuff he did in the 3 games now, and my god, he did a lot. He showed the strength he can use in the middle of the park to just shove people off the door. He's got that in abundance. He's got fantastic dribbling, and one other thing that I really liked about him is you could pick up the ball in the middle of the park, do a sort of McGeady spin, a chop, something of that kind of skill move, and his acceleration out of it was absolutely outstanding. He could just pull forward. It reminded me a bit of Yaya Toure in real life when he sort of gets the ball, gets his head down and gets going. He can just bomb through the midfield, maraud through the midfield even, and just sometimes flick the ball through to someone else to put them through to score. He can go on his own sometimes. He's got a cracking long shot. I did have an extremely disheartening moment in this when I played these 3 games actually. I'll show you a goal now, which I actually scored with Marouane Fellaini. It was an absolute peach, a 30-yard finesse, and at the time I thought it was Witsel, the 2 afros in the middle of the park. I got a bit confused and I was really excited that he banged that in, but it turned out to be Fellaini, which was pretty crazy still. But yeah, he's an absolute monster, really good. He could play anywhere on the pitch, like I think I've said several times now. 4-star skill moves in that area of the field is rare for a CDM, and like I say, he's just an absolute monster, probably up there with Enzo Perez as one of the best CDMs on the game for me now. He was that good, and that's high praise coming from me, because as some of you may know, I absolutely love Enzo Perez. The one thing that surprised me about him, it says he's got 72 pace, but like I say, when he comes out of his skill move, he feels so much quicker than that. It feels like 75, 78, maybe even 80 pace. It's ridiculous how quick he feels for me in the middle of the park when he initially exits a skill move. He just seems to have that little burst that certain players have sometimes, but absolutely crazy card. And I've done a few player reviews so far in this series. I think I've done about 4 or 5, but this guy is going to be getting the highest of anyone so far without a shadow of a doubt. I'm going to be giving Axel Witsel a 9 out of 10. His positioning, his skill moves, his power, his shooting, his passing, all absolutely fantastic. He's 1 letdown, which is a bit of a crappy letdown, but if I've got to give him something, it has to be his league. The Russian league obviously isn't the strongest league this year in FIFA. Thankfully though, he's Belgian, which can link him into the German league with De Bruyne. You can link him into the Premiership. You've got people like Morales, Lukaku, Benteke, Fellaini, endless options there. So thankfully he's still pretty linkable. But yeah, it's just a shame he's not in the Premiership or the Spanish league or the German league, because that would make him an even more outstanding card. But it does keep his price down on the plus side of that, I suppose. 20 to 35k. If you can pick him up, lads, he's 1,000% worth it. He's so good. Really enjoyed using him. Like I say, it's up there with the best CDMs on the game now for me. But yeah, 9 out of 10 we're going to be giving him. Absolute monster. I hope you enjoyed this player review. Like I said, they should come out pretty soon. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on the video. It'd be fantastic if you could hit 15 on this, lads. That would be absolutely outstanding. And also make sure you subscribe to my channel for all the fantastic content that I put out there. And there'll be much more to come with their team of the season just around the corner as well. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will speak to you all in tomorrow's video, which I think is going to be the next episode of the Football Manager playthrough that we're doing. So I'll speak to you all then. Nidge out. What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a brand new Team of the Week review. Today we're moving on to Team of the Week 33, and some of you may be looking at me now thinking, Team of the Week?